Hey guys, Neely here. I'm coming in for an Instant Pot recipe today. Today is Christmas Eve and I am making our family's traditional Christmas Eve spare ribs. This is a recipe that my family would make every year when I was growing up. Either my mom or my grandma would make it, and the smell, whenever I smell it, it just smells like Christmas to me. Although the traditional version was not done in the Instant Pot, it was done in the oven, just roasted for a couple of hours. But a couple years ago, once I got my Instant Pot, I decided to try it using my Instant Pot, and it cut down the cooking time and made a super tender and fall off the bone rib, and I have been making it in the Instant Pot ever since. I don't have the heart to tell my grandma that I do that, so I don't know what she would say if she knew. There are only 5 ingredients. The spare ribs, I just got the St. Louis style pork spare ribs. You can do it with the whole rib that's not cut down to the St. Louis style, but I prefer this style. And then apples, prunes, and salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open up my spare ribs, and I'm gonna cut them down to be small enough to fit inside my Instant Pot. Growing up, we would always roast them, the 2 whole racks together with the prunes and apples in between. But that doesn't fit in the Instant Pot that way, since I do want to cook the prunes and apples in the Instant Pot sandwiched between the racks of ribs. So I cut the ribs in half and we do half rack sandwiches. So I got my 2 racks cut in half, and you can see I got the 2 matching sides here, because you want them to kind of fit together. And now I'm just going to season all sides with salt and pepper. I just chopped up my 2 apples, and I have my 2 cups of prunes here, and my Instant Pot is all ready. I have about 1 to 2 cups of water in the bottom and my trivet in. So now I'm just going to lay one of the racks in and then cover this rack with half of the prunes and half of the apples. So about a cup of prunes and about 1 chopped apple. And now I'm just gonna lay my other rack right on top to make the stuffed spare ribs. So this rack is ready to cook, and I am gonna just do them one at a time. It cooks pretty quickly, so I'm just gonna do this one, pull it out, and then do the next one. I'm gonna put on the steam function for 20 minutes. The Instant Pot finished. I let it natural pressure release for a few minutes, and now I'm just gonna quickly release the rest. There's what it looks like now, and I'm just gonna carefully, with my hot pad mitts on, pull this out and put it on my foil lined pan. I'm going to carefully try to get it off of the trivet. I may have to put it back together a little bit because apples and prunes will probably fall out, and then I'll be able to repeat the process with the second rack of ribs. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this one up for you in the oven so you can see what it looks like. Here's what it looks like now. I have my broiler on high, and now I'm just going to broil it until the top gets crispy and some browning on it. I broiled one side, and then I was actually able to flip it over, and I'm going to broil the other side. This is one thing that Grandma never could have done with the full rack of ribs on the pan, but since I have them cut in half, I was actually able to flip it over. So I'll get a little more browning and a little bit more flavor. And here is the finished product. It's already starting to smell like Christmas in here. So when it's time to serve, all you do is take the top rack off and slice it by the bones. And then we would always scoop the filling into a bowl and eat that with the meal, kind of like you would eat cranberry sauce with your Thanksgiving turkey. It makes kind of a chutney, and with all the drippings from the meat, it's just absolutely delicious. Of course, as a kid, I never wanted to try it. I thought it would be disgusting, but of course, now that I'm an adult, I understand the error of my ways. And that is it. That is my Christmas Eve prune and apple stuffed pork spare ribs. Thanks for letting me share some of my childhood Christmas Eve traditions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This meal, we always served it traditionally with Danish red cabbage, mashed potatoes, I think green beans we always had. And then the meal always started out with the first course, which was a rice pudding. And then dessert, we would have a Danish raspberry pudding with whipped cream. that has been my Christmas Eve all growing up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you try it. Let me know if you've ever had this before, because I have never met anyone who has the same Christmas Eve traditions as my family does. Apparently it's a traditional Danish dinner, and but I've never met anyone else that had it. So anyways, I will talk to you guys again soon. Merry Christmas!